Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you on the platform of Unacademy. Let me quickly have a look who all have joined in the session. So let's get started everyone. In today's session, we are going to read the chapter, The Bond of Love, which is a beautiful chapter. If you have read it, you already know that it is a beautiful, beautiful chapter. If you have not read it, we are going to read this today. Okay, and let me also tell you that there will be a Menti also after this. We'll have short quiz for this particular chapter. Now, this chapter is a very beautiful representation of a bond. Yeah, what kind of bond are we talking about? What bond are we talking about, students? So this bond is not between two human beings or two people, but the bond between narrator's wife and a sloth bear. Okay, and we'll talk about that, and we'll take a look at the story. What happens when this bear is brought to the house, and what all mischiefs he did, and what was done to him, and later on how did they feel about each other. All of these things we'll talk about. But before that, let me quickly see and say a hello to everyone. Oh yes, hi Sandeep, hi Harshit. So students, you have to do this bit. Quickly share the session and inform your friends that the session has started. Okay, and this is written by Kenneth Anderson. And it seems that it's semi-autobiographical or something of that sort, because we all know that he was an Indian-born British writer, and he was also a hunter. So he always went on exploration. We all know that about Kenneth Anderson. So it appears that he has also had some adventure, and this is a reflection, or this is basically kind of a piece from his narrative stories that he has got. Okay, before that, let me introduce myself to all the learners who are probably new on this platform and do not know me. So my name is Rumana. I am your English educator here at Unacademy. I have more than 7 years of experience, and I have been not just tutoring school students, but also students for competitive exams, and have been helping them to crack those exams. My referral code is Rumana 10, that you all should keep with yourself, because you may need this. Okay, to unlock all the free classes that are there for you on Unacademy, and you can use this for taking plus subscription or iconic subscription, because when you use this code, you get a flat 10% discount. Okay, everyone. Yes, Ayush. So what does the name Baba mean? Who's going to tell me that? Yes, my dear Sandeep, there will be Menti as well. Do not worry. Menti भी होगा. बिल्कुल Menti भी होगा. बिल्कुल ना घबराएं. एक सेकंड मुझे बस थोड़ा करिए. या मेंटी भी होगा. ओके, सो आप बिल्कुल कोड याद रखेंगे, और साथ साथ Rumana 10 से इनरोल करेंगे. प्रोडिजी एग्जाम जरूर लिखेंगे. दिस इज अमेजिंग opportunity. This is an amazing opportunity for you to win exciting scholarships, rewards, and compete at all India level. Okay, everyone. चलिए, देख लिया आप लोगों ने, और आप में से कोई भी अगर प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन लेना चाहते हैं तो देख लें, ये सारे आपके पास. These are the features of Plus, where you have top educators on the platform, and you get to learn with them and from them. And you also have regular doubt clearing session, answer writing session, exhaustive coverage of the syllabus. आपका syllabus completely cover किया जाएगा. आपको mentorship मिलती है, guidance मिलती है, PDF format में content provide किया जाता है हर session के बाद, और आपको टेस्ट, प्रैक्टिस टेस्ट प्रोवाइड किए जाते हैं. लाइव टेस्ट सीरीज होती है, कोर्स को बैचेस में डिवाइड किया जाता है, और ऐसे कोर्सेज भी होते हैं जिसमें आपको बहुत सारे सब्जेक्ट्स एक साथ बैचेस में मिल जाएं. ठीक है? यस. हाँ, so what is its origin? What is its origin? Hello Jashin, hi Ayush, hi Sandeep, hello Neetu. मेंटी करेंगे, लेकिन चैप्टर भी तो पढ़ना है. चैप्टर बिना पढ़े कैसे मेंटी होगा, है ना? चलो पहले चैप्टर पढ़ते हैं, उसके बाद मेंटी करेंगे. लॉन्ग चैप्टर है, थोड़ा सा पेशेंस दिखाना होगा आपको. और बच्चों ये अलग अलग सब्सक्रिप्शन प्लान्स में आते हैं, जैसे आप यू कैन टेक द सब्सक्रिप्शन नॉट जस्ट फॉर 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12, 15, so 18 to 24, whichever suits you, you can take that one. Okay, and this is the pricing that is there, but this will come down to this one. You will get a flat 10% discount when you apply the code. Okay, so educator code is there that you all can apply, and this is my code, Rumana 10th. ठीक है, प्लीज नोट दिस डाउन, कीप इट हैंडी विथ योरसेल्फ, और जब भी आप प्लान करेंगे कोर्स लेने का तो ये कोड अप्लाई करेंगे और डिस्काउंट ले लेंगे, 10% का प्राइसिंग आपकी कम हो जाएगी. एंड एट द सेम टाइम it's always preferable to go for a longer duration course to students, because when you take course for longer duration, you also get some extra benefits that offers are going on. You may also get 3 months extra subscription. That is the offer that's going on right now till 31st of January, so don't miss that. And if you have not joined the Telegram group, just do that. ओके, क्योंकि वहां पे आपको अपडेट कर देती हूँ मैं क्लास से पहले की क्लास होने वाली है. आ जाओ बच्चों, तो आप आ सकते हो, और कोई भी इनअप्रोप्रिएट कंटेंट आता है, इफ यू कम अक्रॉस एनीथिंग दैट इज इनअप्रोप्रिएट, यू कैन श्योरली रिपोर्ट दैट. Okay, shall we get started? Are you all ready? Hello, I'm meeting you after a long time, my dear. Your channel, how are you? Yeah? Yeah. Oh, so sorry, Sandeep. I don't check the personal messages on Telegram. Okay, you can message on the group if message in the group if I open it. Okay, ठीक है. All right, चलिए शुरू करते हैं क्लास को और बात करते हैं the bond of love. So this basically, if I tell you that this story talks about a very emotional kind of bond that develops between a woman and a bear. Yeah, and this is a baby bear maybe. Let's read this, and this is the part that is in the beginning of the chapter, and that makes you think. Okay, think before you read. This is think before you read part. Let's see what does this has to offer us. What does this have to offer us? Okay, what does this offer to us basically? That's the correct English. Now, can there be love and friendship between human beings and wild animals? Now, this is an important question. We do feel love and affection towards pet animals, right? Because somehow they live with us, they can live with us, they are not harmful, they are not dangerous. Yes. So there can be a love and friendship between human beings and pet animals. Like most of the people develop bonds with dogs because we say that dogs are quite loyal to their masters. There are many people who keep birds as pets. They keep cats as pets. Yeah. But have you ever seen someone keeping a bear as a pet? A wild animal as a pet? Have you ever done that? Oh, really? Okay. I'm so sorry that I informed you in the group, my dear. So your name is Dev, is it? Channel? I'm meeting after a very long time, so pardon me. Yeah. Hello, Chandni. जल्दी से आंसर करेंगे. Okay. So now let's read a fascinating account. So see, I remember, even though you're coming after a long time, I remember your name. Let's read a fascinating account of an orphaned sloth bear that was rescued by the author. What is rescue? What was rescued? That was saved. Okay, by the author. Sloth bears inhabit is to live that place, reside in that place, forested areas including the tropical rainforests of India and grasslands of lower elevation. Elevation is the height, जिसकी चढ़ाई हो, जिस पे you have a when you need to climb it, but you बहुत ऊंची elevations पे नहीं, छोटे elevated areas पे रहते हैं. Sloth bears have very shaggy hair. What is shaggy? Tell me. Long fur and long muzzles. What are muzzles? Front face. ठीक है? Front face is called muzzle. So usually several dogs have a muzzle because extended part of them. जो face है ये थोड़ा सा अगर आगे ऐसे बढ़ के है, so this part is called the muzzle. This is the muzzle. Okay, the extended part of your माउथ. अगर किसी एनिमल को आप देखते हो, यूजुअली डॉग्स में आप देखते हो कि उनके जो आगे का पोर्शन होता है माउथ का, वो ऐसे एक्सटेंडेड होता है. सो दैट इज मजल. यूजिंग देयर क्लॉज टू डिग, so they use their claws to dig, they can use their lips to form a tube which can go deep into the ground or into hard to reach areas like dead trees for their food. Their main food is termites. What is termites? Students, do you know? Yeah? Yes. I know, Sandeep. I know. So this is Harleen. I remember. So termites are insects. Okay, remember this. These are insects from several feet away. Okay, so they use their lips to actually suck and take out the termites or food from places where ordinary people or ordinary animals cannot reach. Are you all understanding this? Yes? Yes? Okay. Okay, OP Tushar. Okay? Now, let's start with the story. So, what does this tell us? This gives us, first of all, the first question is very, very important. It's kind of a reflexive question. It's asking you कि क्या ऐसा हो सकता है, आपको क्या लगता है, आपका ओपिनियन क्या है इस बारे में कि एनिमल्स से कोई आपका बॉन्ड. हम इसके बारे में बात करेंगे. ऑफ कोर्स वी विल टॉक अबाउट दिस, दैट कैन वी डेवलप अ बॉन्ड बिटवीन कैन वी डेवलप अ बॉन्ड विथ वाइल्ड एनिमल्स, and how risky that can be, or how that can lead to some it can lead to become very dangerous for us. Yeah, so there are a few what dangers and risks are associated that we should think about and talk about कि क्या हो सकता है अगर हमने wild animal को अपने घर में लाकर रखा तो. Of course, destruction is one thing. It is a risk not just for ourselves but also for the society and people around us. तो हो सकता है वो हमारे पेट हो जाए, लेकिन वो उनका नेचर जो है, जो उनका नेचुरल इंस्टिंक्ट है, दैट इज अ बिट वायलेंट, क्योंकि वो वाइल्ड है, उन्हें वाइल्ड बोला ही जा रहा है. तो अगर आप शेर घर में रखोगे तो डेफिनेटली इज गोइंग टू किल पीपल. सो बट अगेन इनके केस में क्या है, दैट विल टॉक अबाउट. लेट्स स्टार्ट विद दिस. आई विल बिगिन विथ ब्रूनो. So Bruno is the name that they have given to him. My wife's pet, sloth bear. ये खुद का नहीं बोल रहे. What is he saying? That he is my wife's pet bear. मेरा sloth bear नहीं है वो, मेरा पेट नहीं है, मेरी वाइफ का पेट है. I got him for her by accident. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि उन्होंने बर्थडे प्रेजेंट लाया उनके लिए. He got him by accident. अब ये एक्सीडेंट क्या था, ये क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है कि क्या हुआ एक्सीडेंटली जो इन्हें एक बेयर लाना पड़ा घर में. 2 years ago, we were passing through the sugarcane fields near Mysore. We have read about Mysore, right? A place in the southern part of India. People were driving away the wild pigs from the fields by shooting at them. What were the people doing? They were shooting at the pigs and driving them away from the fields. Some were shot, some escaped. So, some of the pigs were shot dead, while some of them escaped. Escape is to rescue themselves. We thought that everything was over when suddenly a black sloth bear, so what color was it? Black color, came out panting. What is panting? Who can tell me that? Anyone here in the class who can say that what is panting? Do you all know? So panting का मतलब होता है to breathe heavily. Breathe heavily. Just a second. Just a second. Out of breath भी बोल सकते हो आप इसको, है ना. आउट ऑफ ब्रेथ भी बोल सकते हो. ये सब इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड्स हैं बच्चों, आपको पता होना चाहिए. या आउट ऑफ ब्रेथ, शॉर्ट ऑफ ब्रेथ, बिल्कुल सही, बिल्कुल सही. इट्स वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, अनडाउटेडली, है ना. ठीक है, चलिए. So panting, जिसे हम हिंदी में कहते हैं he was getting restless on half now, okay, a short of breath. When you run for a long time, then you start panting because you need oxygen and you're not able to, your heart is pounding and you're panting. So, hot sun, in the hot sun. Now I will not shoot a sloth bear, want only, but unfortunately for the poor beast, one of my companions did not feel that way and promptly shot the bear on the spot. Okay. I will not shoot a bear. Okay, he did not want to shoot him. Okay, so I think there's some sentence construction error, or maybe I missed a part of it. So that says that he didn't, it was not his desire or his, he was not quite reluctant in shooting him. But who said that? One of his companions said that we have to, because it's a wild animal, right? We can't keep him. He may kill us. If you don't kill him, it is for the survival. Why was it important? A very important question, students, that why did the companion suggest to kill the bear? Because of the need of the hour, because it was the need of the hour, because if you don't kill the wild animal, the animal might kill you. Okay, so as we watched the fallen animal, and this animal fell, जैसे ही उसको शॉट किया, उसको मारा, वो फेल हो गया, वहां पे गिर गया. And we were surprised to see that the black fur on its back moved. The black fur that was there, it moved, it started moving and left the prostrate body. What is a prostrate? Do you all know what position is prostrate? It's a position and you bend in front, right? Bend in the front. Okay, so you might have seen when you worship or when you offer namaz, what you do, you prostrate in front, right? So that is bend in the front. Okay. Then we saw it was a baby bear that had been riding on its mother's back. Okay, then we saw it was a baby bear. It was a baby bear. It was not a, it was the mother that was killed, and this baby bear was left that had been riding on its mother's back. How emotional is that? So the mother got killed because he shot her, and they were so inseparable. वो इतने एक जैसे दिख रहे थे, मदर बेयर और बेबी बेयर, कि उन्हें पता ही नहीं लगा कि दिस इज मदर बेयर इज अ डिफरेंट क्रीचर एंड दिस बेबी बेयर इज डिफरेंट. वो ऐसे चिपके हुए थे, दे वर सो क्लोज टू ईच अदर. नाउ व्हेन शी प्रोस्ट्रेटेड, वो ऐसे गिर गई बिल्कुल जमीन में. प्रोस्ट्रेट करना बिल्कुल आगे की तरफ झुक के बिल्कुल रिक्लाइन लीन हो जाना. Then this sloth bear, this is small baby bear, it separated. Okay, it started moving. उसको कुछ फील हुआ होगा कि जो मदर का हार्ट बीट है वो नहीं हो रहा है, एंड शी माइट हैव डाइड. तो वो अलग हुआ. और तब what did they do? What did they do? They decided to carry it. The little creature ran around its prostrate parent, making a pitiful noise. What is this pitiful noise? Tell me, students. Now, this is again that pang of separation. Have you heard this word, pang of separation? Yeah. When you get separated from a loved one, your heart aches, right? And again, he's making a pitiful noise. A noise that is, he's not happy. He's not happy. The bear is in pain. So this pitiful noise. I ran up to it to attempt a capture. उसको पकड़ने की कोशिश की. It scooted into the sugarcane field. What is a scooted? Do you know? I'll tell you the exact meaning of it. Tell me, what is a scooted? He just promptly went off. Okay. It ran. Yeah, that's a noise that is created. That's right. Okay. I was at last able to grab it by the scruff. Scruff is the collar. Okay, collar part. While it snapped and tried to scratch me with its long hooked claws. So it tried to escape. इसने क्या देखा? What did the bear witness? कि अभी अभी इन लोगों ने मेरी मम्मा को मारा है. They have shot my mother dead. So he was scared. He was petrified. Yeah, so it ran. Okay, कभी इसको ही भी बोल सकते हैं, कभी इट भी बोल सकते हैं, बट एनिमल्स को हम यूजुअली इट बोल के रेफर करते हैं. We put it in one of the gunny bags we had brought, and when I got back to Bangalore, I duly presented it to my wife. Even though ये तो मजबूरी थी, it was not that he wanted to present, but he presented it to his wife as a gift. Not as a gift, but he presented. Basically, he gave it to his wife. She was delighted. What was her reaction? She was quite delighted. She was happy. She at once put a colored ribbon around its neck. What did she do? What was the first thing that the narrator's wife did? What was the first thing that she did? She put a colored ribbon. Why did she do that? Come on. Yes, Sandeep, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah. Tell me, why did she do that? Why do you basically put a ribbon or a mark on your wild animals or on your pet animals? Why do you do that? To show a sense of belongingness and tell that this belongs to me, right? And after discovering the cub was a boy, she christened it Bruno. So Christian is giving it a name, proper name. Okay. Bruno soon took to drinking milk from a bottle and then started living like a baby, and it was given milk. It was but a step further. So Christian is basically giving it a formal name. So christening is basically give that name and make it an announcement, right? That he has been named Bruno now. So Bruno soon took to drinking milk from a bottle. It was but a step further, and within a few days he started eating and drinking everything else. And everything is the right word. Okay, so he started eating and drinking every single thing. For he ate porridge. What is a porridge? It's usually an oatmeal, right? Oatmeal. It's quite healthy and made from any ingredients, vegetable, nuts, fruits, or meat, even pork. So curry, rice, regardless of condiments and chilies. So condiments are usually the spices that are used. Okay. तो regardless, मतलब कि अगर स्पाइस भी होता था, अगर वो स्पाइसी भी होता था तो भी वो खा जाता था. He did not care, an inch. He was not at all concerned कि इसमें spice है या इसमें chili है. That was all okay for him. So bread, eggs, chocolate, sweets, pudding, ice cream, etc., etc. So he devoured everything. He relished everything. He gulped everything. As for drink, milk, tea, coffee, lime juice, aerated water, buttermilk, beer, alcoholic liquor, and in fact, anything liquid. So you name it and he will just have it. Okay, he had no problem in having milk, tea. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था कि नहीं, he was selective. No, I'll drink only lime juice or I'll only drink coffee. Not at all. He would drink anything and everything under the sun. It all went down with relish. What is relish? With a lot of pleasure. You eat with a lot of pleasure. Right? Eat with pleasure is relish. Okay, कुछ नहीं समझ आएगा तो आप पूछेंगे everyone. ठीक है? Yeah, I'm writing it here. And thank you, Sandeep, for writing it. Clear? Okay. The bear became very attached to our two Alsatian dogs. So that means they had two more pets with them, and they were Alsatian dogs. And to all the children of the tenants living in a bungalow. So there was this bungalow, and they were not the only residents. Okay, there were other people also who were residing in that bungalow. So tenants are those who, you are the owner, and then you have tenants of your family in your apartment or in your bungalow. He was left quite free in his younger days and spent his time in playing, running into the kitchen, and going to sleep in our beds. One day, an accident befell him. Kuch ho gaya, hadsa ho gaya. What was that? I put down poison. What poison was it? Barium carbonate. जिसे किस चीज के लिए रखा था इन्होंने? To kill rat and mice. Okay, so rats and mice. So mice is a plural form of mouse. आपको पता है ना? That had got into my library. Bruno entered the library as he often did, and he ate some of the poison. So he was very casual. He would roam around the house. He would go everywhere. Okay, but then he accidentally ate, or maybe accidentally, or we don't know. He wanted to, because he wanted to eat everything. We all know that. So he ate some of the poison. What poison was it? Barium carbonate. Paralysis set in to the extent that he could not stand on his feet. And then he could not stand on his feet because the first outcome or first consequence of it is that barium carbonate or poisoning causes you nausea or vomiting, and paralysis is a severe consequence of it. But he dragged himself on his stumps to my wife. Stumps like अटक अटक कर वो चलकर आया और अपनी उनकी वाइफ को, जिनको वो बिल्कुल अपनी मदर फिगर की तरह कंसिडर करने लगा था, उन तक आया. और फिर उनकी वाइफ जो है उन्होंने उन्हें बुलाया एंड शी सेड आई गेस्ड व्हाट हैड हैपेंड. और उन्होंने फौरन गेस कर लिया कि मैंने ये जो पॉइजन रखा था, ही माइट हैव गल्प्ड इट, कंज्यूम्ड इट. ऑफ आई, अच्छा हम पॉइजन के लिए कभी भी ईट इट नहीं बोलते हैं, ठीक है. So when, remember this students, this is very important, that when you don't chew something, there is something which is in fluid form or semi-liquid form, semi-solid form, and you don't chew it, then you don't say that I eat it up. You say I gulped it, you consumed it. Okay, so poison consume कर लिया. बहुत सारे बच्चे ऐसे, he ate the poison. No, he actually consumed the poison. So ate यहाँ लिखा है, but आप इसे consume करना बोलेंगे. Because again I'll say prefer writing consume. But he dragged himself. Drag is to खींच कर लेकर जाना. Off I rushed in the car to the vet's residence. अब ये vet कौन है? Veterinary doctor. Doctors who are specialized in treatment of animals. A case of poisoning, tame beer, barium carbonate, what to do? Okay, अब इसने खा लिया है. So doctor's reaction is also quite exaggerated. Out came his medical books. और अब वो क्या करे? Books निकाल कर देख रहे कि अब क्या होना चाहिए. And a feverish reference to index began. Index में देखते हैं कि अच्छा कहाँ पे क्या problem हुआ है, क्या करना चाहिए. So what poison did you say, sir? किसने पूछा इन्होंने? नरेटर से पूछा. बैरियम कार्बोनेट. yes, ब. So he's, what is this BB? He's checking the index. तो index में क्या होता है? Usually alphabetical order में लिखा होता है, and he's checking it out. Okay, ब barium carbonate. So barium salts. Okay, barium carbonate. Symptoms: paralysis. Treatment: injections of, just a minute, so I'll bring my syringe and medicine. So syringe is basically that injection with needle which you bring and you give, right? A dash back to the car. Bruno still floundering about on its stumps, but clearly weakening rapidly. So floundering is again, he's shaking, he's out of breath, he's in a paralysis attack, right? Just let me just give you the exact. Okay, it's not given over here. Anyway, can you tell me, Sandeep, are you going to tell me? Often is regular. Often is like quite often, regularly. ठीक है? Okay. Who's going to tell me the meaning of floundering? Floundering about his stumps. Floundering is not walk in a proper manner, right? Sandeep, we'll start, but you don't want to complete this story. You have to know. Okay, some vomiting, heavy breathing, and heaving flanks and gaping mouth. So what is heaving flanks? So basically it's again your difficulty breathing. So he was facing difficulty in breathing and he was taking deep breaths. Okay, so breathe और breathe में फर्क क्या होता है? This is one breath that you take, and breathe is the process of breathing. So there's a difference between breath and breathe. Okay, this is the process. Okay, when you breathe, you are breathing. So this is breathe, right? THE. And breath is that one breath that you take. So he was taking deep breaths. Okay, breath, बहुत तेजी से breath लेने की कोशिश कर रहा था वो. Flank is the side of the body between ribs and hips. So animals are not structured essay. They are structured like essay. So they have got those parts, दोनों तरफ, right? तो जहाँ पे वो, you can say it is more like the stomach part of them, okay? And gaping is with wide open mouth. Hold him, everybody. In goes the hypodermic. What is hypodermic? It is the long needle that he talked about, syringe, that, medicine that he was giving to him through the needle. Bruno squeals. So squeals is screaming. He was screaming. It's written here. You can have a look. 10 TC, this was the dose that was given to him, the dose or the dosage of the antidote. What is the antidote? A medicine that is given, or basically anything that is given as an anti poisoning or anti there's a treatment, as a treatment. So it's more like a medicine that is works anti poison. Okay, enters his system without a drop being wasted. 10 minutes later, condition unchanged, another 10 cc injected. तो 10 मिनट तक ठीक नहीं हुआ पहले डोज से, फिर उसे दूसरा डोज दिया गया जिसमें कि फिर से 10 cc इंजेक्शन दिया गया, एंड ब्रीदिंग लेस स्टार्टोरियस, धीरे धीरे और आराम होने लगी, started calming down. So Bruno can move his arms and legs a little, although he cannot stand yet. अब वो धीरे धीरे अपने हाथ और पैर मूव करने लगा, but he could not stand yet. अभी भी वो stand नहीं हो पा रहा था properly. 30 minutes later, Bruno gets up and has a great feed. Okay, and after 30 minutes, now he is okay in his proper condition, and now he is going ready to eat something. He looks at us disdainfully. What is disdainfully? Now, this shows his character. Disdainfully, matlab, what does he want to say? Oh, come on, this barium carbonate will kill me. Not at all. I'm a bear. Okay, so disdainfully is disapprovingly. He's quite I can survive all of this. So as much as to say, what's barium carbonate to a big black bear like me? Bruno is still eating. Or Bruno फिर से खा रहा है. Still eating matlab he started eating and he was now getting into the normal condition. Another time he found nearly 1 gallon of old engine oil. अब यहाँ पे इसकी रुकी नहीं. He didn't stop. The next time what he did, he drank an old 1 gallon of old engine oil, which I had drained from the sump of the stewed baker and was keeping as a weapon against the inroads of termites. अब ये किसके लिए यूज कर रहे थे? जो termites से उन्हें kill करने के लिए, use weapon against to kill them. He promptly drank the lot, और वो पूरा पी गया. But it had no ill effects whatever. Ill effect तो नहीं हुआ as such. The months rolled on and Bruno had grown many times the size he was when he came. He had equaled the Alsatians in height and had even outgrown them. And now by this time, when he came, what size was he? He was chotu. He was a small. But now he has equaled the size of Alsatians. So he was the size of dogs now. But was just as sweet, just as mischievous, just as playful. पर बिल्कुल उनकी तरह अभी भी वैसा ही था वो, जैसा वो बचपन में आया था, जैसा था अभी तक वैसा ही था. And he was very fond of us all. Above all, he loved my wife and she loved him too. Above all मतलब सबसे important बात क्या है? ये cute था, nice था, playful था, mischievous था. Everything aside, what was important was that he loved my wife and my wife loved him. So this bond between the wife and the bear is most important. Okay, right. Okay, and he could do a few tricks. Okay, now then she had changed his name from Bruno to Baba, a Hindustani word signifying a small boy. तो उन्होंने, when do we use these pet names, these cuddling names to address people? Probably when we love them and we adore them and we want to give them more love and call them in a lovely or in a cute manner with showing affection. So she started calling him Baba. Instead of Bruno, she called him Baba, which meant a small boy. कहते हैं ना हिंदी भाषा में या इंडिया में कहते हैं चलो बाबा रहने दो, it's okay. So that's a cute name that you give. At command, Baba wrestled. Baba box. He vigorously tackled anyone, vigorously with a lot of zeal, with vigor, with energy. Okay, vigorously, with a lot of energy. Tackled anyone who came forward for a rough and tumble. As in, जब भी कोई fight करने आता था तो उससे वो बहुत ही vigorously इसके साथ play करता था in a playful manner. Give him a stick and say, Baba, hold gun. And he pointed the stick at you. और आप अगर इसको बोलते थे hold gun, so he knew how to hold a gun. Okay. Ask him, Baba, where's baby? when he immediately pronounced and cradled affectionately a stump of wood which he had carefully concealed in his straw bed. But because of the tenant's children, poor Bruno or Baba had to be kept chained most of the time. अब इनके साथ playful तो हो रहे थे, they were getting very attached, he was doing multiple things to, play with them, but at this point in time he had to be kept chained. Why so? Because now he was becoming a threat. ये बात सही है कि वो कभी भी नुकसान नहीं करता था अभी तक, बट पीपल विल बी स्कैर्ड, राइट? आपके सामने अगर लाकर एक शेर को रख दिया जाए और कहा जाए अरे ही इज अ पेट लायन, नो, you will be scared, you will say कि नहीं नहीं भाई हमें भरोसा नहीं है, it is your pet, he may kill us. तो टेनेंट्स जो थे वो कहते थे कि वो आपके पेट हैं, तो उनको थोड़ा डर लगता था and they started feeling threatened, so he was now chained. Okay, clear everyone? Are you all understanding this? Is this understandable? Okay, then my son and I advised my wife, and friends advised her too, to give Baba to the zoo at Mysore. He was getting too big to keep at home. अब क्या हो रहा था? It was getting very difficult for them to keep him because, of course, he was growing large, he was growing huge, and people were threatened because of him. And you're also not authorized to keep a wild animal at your home, right? So this बहुत सारे लोगों ने कहा कि नहीं तुम इससे क्योंकि कुछ हो जाएगा आपको, अगर कुछ वो harm कर देगा तो nobody will take the responsibility of it. Right, because it's a wild animal after all. After some weeks of such advice, she at last consented. Consent is to agree. Okay? And hastily is to jaldbazi mein, in a hurry. In a hurry. And before she could change her mind, a letter was written to the curator of the zoo. Curator is basically the caretaker of the zoo. Okay? So, उन्होंने पूछा अपनी वाइफ से कि ऐसा लोग कह रहे हैं, friends are suggesting, everybody is saying that, well wishers are saying that please put him in a zoo. So before she would change her mind, he decided कि चलो अभी मान गई हैं तो जल्दी से इसे zoo में भेज ही दिया जाए. And then he wrote a letter to the caretaker, the curator of the zoo. Did he want a tame bear for his collection? He replied, yes. The zoo sent a cage from Mysore in a lorry. So lorry is the carriage like structure. Okay, it's like more like a truck, but a small one, and a distance of 87 miles. So what was the difference? It can be another important question. And Baba was packed off. और अब क्या हुआ? फाइनली उसको कहाँ भेज दिया गया? मैसूर जू में लॉरी के थ्रू उसे केज में पैक करके भेज दिया गया. We all missed him greatly, but in a sense, we were relieved. Of course, there was a sense of relief that he was creating a lot of mischief, drinking all of these gallons of, engine oil and stuff. So he was quite relieved by now, but then they missed him. My wife was inconsolable. What is inconsolable? She could not be consoled. She could not be comforted. Okay, not able to comfort, not comforted. She was not willing to be, to agree or be in, she was not able to accommodate herself, adjust herself in this new situation where she was without this baby, the Baba that she called, right? So she wept and fretted. Fret is to worry. Okay, fret is to worry. So what happens usually is when you love someone deeply and affectionately, you care for them, and if they're away from you, what do you care about them? That whether they are in a good condition or not, how are they doing, are they eating well or not, are they sleeping properly or not, right? So you worry about them. So she wept, she cried and cried, and she fretted, so she was worried about him. For the first few days she would not eat a thing, and the first few days she was not able to eat anything because she was so worried about him. Then she wrote a number of letters to the curator, and then she started writing letters to the curator, to the caretaker. How was Baba? Back came the replies, well, but fretting, he refuses food too. And she got to know that he is also not eating without her. And now she started pining and desirous of getting back to him. After that, friends visited Mysore, were begged to make a point of going to the zoo and seeing how Baba was getting along. And then she would request her friends कि तुम जब भी जाओ जरूर देखकर बताओ कि वो कैसा है वहाँ पे, is he taking care of himself or is he eating or not, right? All of those things. So the friends went there. They reported that he was well but looked very thin and sad. So what did they report? That he was not keeping well. He's okay, of course, he's alive, but he's thin. Probably he has stopped eating also. And sad, he looked quite sad. All the keepers at the zoo said he was fretting. Okay, so zookeepers, because they have a tendency to know the nature and behavior and read the nature and behavior of an animal. So they said that he was fretting. He was also worrying. He was also tensed. For 3 months, I managed to restrain my wife from visiting Mysore. 3 महीने तक किसी तरह से इन्होंने manage किया. What happened? Why are all the messages getting retracted? Do you have any doubts, students? Any doubts? Any doubts? Come on, come on, come on. Bring it on if you have any doubt. No, all okay, all fine. जल्दी बता दो. ओके चलिए तो आगे बढ़ते हैं, जल्दी कंप्लीट करेंगे, फिर मेंटी भी करेंगे, इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस भी देखेंगे. डू नॉट वरी, दिस इज गोइंग टू बी अ लॉन्ग सेशन, सो आराम से बैठे. For 3 months, I managed to restrain. Restrain is to control, restrict. Okay, I know it's a long chapter, but we have to read it. You need to read it at least once. खुद से पढ़िए या यहाँ पे पढ़िए एक बार तो NCERT. In fact, you have to read the NCERT twice, right? You can't do without reading NCERT, students. I know it may sometimes appear boring, but then you have to. You know, we can't do without it. Then she said one day, I must see Baba. Either you take me by car or I will go myself or bus or train. So I took her by car. So she 3 महीने तक किसी तरह से she controlled herself, she restricted herself, but after that she said that I must see him, I have to go, whether you're taking me or I'll go on my own. Friends had conjectured. What is conjecture? Speculated. Okay. Speculated. Speculation. Okay. Prediction or predict. Conjecture. क्या प्रेडिक्ट किया था? What had the friends predicted? That he would not recognize her. अब तक तो वो नहीं पहचानेगा, 3 महीने में वो भूल गया होगा. I had thought so too. उन्होंने सोचा कि हाँ हो सकता है. But while she was yet some yards from his cage, Baba saw her and recognized her. He howled. Howl is making a sound, deep sound. Okay, so he started making a howling sound. Howling desert हमने सुना है ना? With happiness. He ran up to him, petted him. Sorry, she ran up to him. She ran to him and petted him. Okay, petting is to cuddling him or just touch him on the head and stuff. Through the bars, bar ke bahar se hi. And he stood on his head in delight. For the next 3 hours, she would not leave the cage. She gave him tea, lemonade, cakes, ice creams, and whatnot. Everything. जो भी 3 महीने से वो उसे नहीं दे पा रही थी, she decided to give him all at once. And he also must be craving all of those things. Then closing time came and we had to leave. And then came the closing time. कि अब चलो, अब zoo बंद होने वाला है, इससे ज़्यादा नहीं रह सकते. 3 घंटे तक उसने उसको खिलाते पिलाते रही. But then ultimately she had to leave. The wife cried bitterly. Bitterly is बहुत ज़्यादा, बहुत दुख से. She cried a lot. Baba cried bitterly. Both of them cried bitterly with a lot of pain and grief. Even the hardened curator क्यों बोल रहे हैं? कहते हैं सख्त दिल. He's quite hardened because they have to treat animals, so they have to harden yourself. They have to be strong. Yes, so hard here means to be strong. Strong-headed. And the keepers felt depressed. They all felt depressed. They were together and now she has to leave. As for me, I had reconciled. Reconciled is to come in terms with himself to what I knew was going to happen next. He knew what's going to happen next. उन्हें पता था कि अब क्या होने वाला है. Oh, please, sir, she asked the curator, may I have my Baba back? और नरेटर ने गेस कर लिया था कि जैसे ही ये मिलेंगी अपने बाबा से, शी विल से कि मुझे मेरा बाबा वापस कर दो, दिस विल बी हर रिएक्शन। एंड नरेटर को पता था कि मेरी वाइफ ये करने वाली है। सो hesitantly, he asked, Madam, he belongs to the zoo and is government property. I cannot give away government property. But if my boss, the superintendent at Bangalore, agrees, certainly you may have him back. तो वो कहता है कि मैं आपको नहीं दे सकता, दिस इज नॉट माई प्रेरोगेटिव, आई कांट गिव इट टू यू, दिस इज नॉट माई डिस्क्रिशन, आई डोंट हैव द अथॉरिटी टू गिव बाबा बैक टू यू बिकॉज दिस इज अ गवर्नमेंट प्रॉपर्टी नाउ, दिस इज अ प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द जू, सो यू हैव टू। वो साथ साथ क्या कर रहा है, उन्हें बता भी रहा है रास्ता कि आप क्या कर सकते हो मैडम, आप ना एक लेटर लिख दो सुपरिटेंडेंट को, अगर आपको वापस चाहिए तो हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते, सो यू हैव टू राइट दिस लेटर टू द सुपरिटेंडेंट, ओके। So, but if my boss agrees, he's also giving her, extra, ऐसा होता है कि मदद करनी होती है किसी की, तो आप डायरेक्टली नहीं बताते हो कि हम तो नहीं कर सकते लेकिन आप ऐसा ऐसा कर सकते हो, तो वो उन्हें हिंट भी दे रहा है कि ऐसा कर लो और बाबा को ले जाओ। There followed the return journey to Bangalore and a visit to the superintendent's bungalow. अब इन्होंने लेटर नहीं लिखा, ये जाकर मिले क्योंकि अब इन्हें बाबा वापस चाहिए था। A tearful pleading. Baba and I are both fretting for each other. We are worried about each other. We want to be in each other's company. Will you please give him back to me? He was the kind-hearted man and consented. Consented is to agree. He agreed. Okay, he was a kind-hearted man and he said कि ठीक है, चलिए दे देते हैं. Not only that, but he wrote to the curator telling him to lend us a cage for transporting the bear to Bangalore. और उन्होंने सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं, उन्होंने ये भी मदद की कि क्यूरेटर को एक लेटर लिखा और कहा कि इन्हें केज में इसे वापस बैंगलोर पहुंचा दिया जाए। ट्रांसपोर्ट करना इज टू सेंड, ओके। Back we went to Mysore again, armed with the superintendent's letter. और फिर ये वापस मैसूर गए जहां वो जू में था, and Baba was driven into a small cage and hoisted on the top of the car. You all know you hoist a flag, so it was above top of the car, and the cage was tied securely, and a slow and careful return journey to Bangalore was accomplished. Accomplished was to complete, achieved, okay? Completed, okay? Once home, a squad is like a number of coolies were engaged because it was not a one man's job. एक इंसान से तो वो नहीं cage move हो पाता, animal है भाई वो. So the coolies were engaged for special work in our compound. So compound में इसे कहाँ locate किया गया? He was located in the compound. Compound is the we usually have a backyard and then we have a garden in the front. So basically compound is the front area. Okay, it's more like the front area of the house. जो आगे में space होता है. An island was made for Baba. And what was made for him? An island was made for him. It was 20 feet long and 15 feet wide. Okay, so how long was it? 20 feet long and 15 feet wide. Remember this. And was surrounded by a dry pit or moat 6 feet wide and 7 feet deep. तो आप देखते हो एक pit होती है जिसमें usually animals जाकर बैठते हैं, right? और वो क्रिएट किया गया, वो कितना बड़ा था? वो 6 feet wide था और 7 feet deep था. So this is she, what is she now trying to do? Providing him the natural habitat. Okay, she's also trying to give him the natural habitat. A wooden box that once housed fowls was brought and put up on the island for Baba to sleep at night. Okay, so what was done then? Yes, students will have a Menti also. Do not worry. Just a few questions will be there, but you have to pay attention to all of these things. Otherwise, you will not be able to answer this. Okay, so this wooden box that once housed fowls. So fowl is basically a type of a bird, you all know. So it's a type of a bird that is there. And then straw was placed inside to keep him warm. और पूरी उसकी इंतजाम किया गया उसके लिए so that he could live peacefully and nicely and like his natural habitat. ऐसा उसे ना लगे कि वो zoo से आया है अब, तो अब उसकी requirement भी change हो गई है. And his baby gnarled stump along with his gun, the piece of the bamboo, both of which had been sentimentally preserved since he had been sent away. So all that. So what was this? The gnarled stump, all the games that he played. So he had that stick, right? That stick was there, that was given to him, right? And what is sentimentally, students? In a very tender manner. Okay. In a few days, the coolies hoisted the cage onto the island and Baba was released. He was delighted. तो कुछ दिन उसे केज में ही रखा गया और फिर उसे निकाल दिया गया. Standing on his hind legs, he pointed his gun and cradled his baby. Okay. My wife spent hours sitting on a chair there while he sat on her lap. He was 15 months old and pretty too heavy. Then what happened in this part? एक second, students, I have to quickly tell you this. Just a second. Okay. Okay, fine. So, and then she spent hours and spent the time with him. Okay. Now, students, I think we should start with Menti and this part. Okay, we'll complete this quickly and then we'll move to Menti now. The way my wife reaches the island and leaves it is interesting. And now what everything is happy, everything is nice. What is happening now is that he has been relocated, he's back to the house and the wife reaches the island and leaves it interesting. How does she leave? How does she go to the island and comes back? What is the process involved in here? So she has tied a rope to the overhanging branch of a mango tree with a loop at its end, and putting one foot in the loop, she kicks off with the other to bridge the 6-foot gap. There's a 6-foot gap in there. Okay, because there's a pit also. With the other to bridge the 6-foot gap that constitutes the width of the surrounding pit, because there's a pit, so she had to cover that as well. The return journey is made by the same way. तो वो उसमें hang करके जाती है, hang करके आती है. The return journey is made the same way. But who can say now that a sloth bear has no sense of affection, no memory and no individual characteristics? क्या हम ऐसा कह सकते हैं students that a sloth bear is emotionless? बिल्कुल भी नहीं, ऐसा हम बिल्कुल नहीं कह सकते हैं. Right? We have seen. So at the end, the last part of it, देखो इसमें सबसे important part क्या है? We have to understand that the last part of it tells us that how, when you as human beings, we desire and we want love, we want empathy, we want affection, we need sympathy from others. Similarly, animals also desire, they are also desirous of love, they also want they also need affection. And when they are separated from their masters, be it a pet animal or a wild animal, they want their masters, they want to be in the company of people who love them. Okay, if you love them, adore them, they will become yours. Okay, so it's not that this particular bear, he became it basically became a baby of this narrator's wife. Okay, so the kind of bond they shared was that of a mother and son. All right. Okay, it's Kenneth Anderson. Okay, Rohit, it's Kenneth Anderson. So shall we move to Menti now if you all are ready? What do you think? Will you be able to answer questions? सुना है आप लोगों ने? पहले तो ये बताइए. Yeah, have you all listened to me carefully? अच्छा, कौन से बच्चे हैं जो अभी तक throughout the session बने रहे? Yeah, who did not leave? बताओ. Yes, Sandeep, you were there. Sandeep, you told me your name. You said that your name is Harleen. Is that so? Okay, so the Menti code is 71807627. That is the Menti code. जल्दी से join कर लीजिए. Total 5 questions हैं, but these questions are very, very, very important. Okay. Harmeet, okay. You were also there. Kisle was also there. Chandni was also there. समझ आई स्टोरी या नहीं? आई नो आप लोग थोड़ा सा बोर हो जाते हो, इसीलिए चैप्टर्स को अलग अलग पार्ट्स में कर सकते हैं, बट माई इंटेंट राइट नाउ स्टूडेंट्स इज टू कंप्लीट द सिलेबस फर्स्ट. Okay, I don't want to stretch it for a long time, and I want to complete this first and start preparing the MCQs and subjective questions for your exams. ताकि आप एग्जाम के लिए, बहुत सारे 9th के बच्चे ऐसा बोल रहे हैं दैट दे आर गोइंग टू हैव MCQs एज वेल एज सब्जेक्टिव, तो दोनों प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा फिर तो, है ना? तो इसलिए आई रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल टू स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन योर राइटिंग स्किल्स. अभी इस सेशन के बाद एक और सेशन है जो वोकैबुलरी सेशन होने वाली है 5 बजे, which is certainly going to bring about a change in your vocabulary. It's going to augment your vocabulary. It's going to add new words to your vocabulary. So let's crack it this time. मिलते हैं 5 बजे फिर से सेशन के बाद स्टूडेंट्स, और वहां पे एक क्लास में हम कोशिश करेंगे कि हम बहुत सारे वर्ड्स यूज कर सकें, एंड वी ऑल्सो विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द हिंड्रेंस. ठीक है, उसके बारे में भी बात करेंगे. अभी चलिए आ जाइए, जल्दी से मेंटी ज्वाइन कर लीजिए. मेंटी कोड नहीं समझ आ रहा है, इट इज 71807627. That is the Menti code 71807627. ठीक है जी. किसले ऐप पे तो क्लास हुई थी आज, इतनी अमेजिंग पोल हुई थी. यू ऑल पार्टिसिपेटेड इन दैट. प्लीज गो एंड वॉच दैट, और टेलीग्राम पे ज्वाइन हो जाइए. यूट्यूब पे हरमीत, यूट्यूब पे होगी 5 PM पे. ओके, दैट्स गोइंग टू बी एन ESL सेशन, जो ESL कोर्स में आप लोगों के लिए लेकर आई हूँ, वो हम करेंगे 5 PM पे, और बहुत सारे नए वर्ड्स आज सीखेंगे. चलिए लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ऑन योर स्क्रीन, हैव अ लुक. The bear became very attached to the other pets of the narrator. What pets were they? A polar bear, rats and mice, 2 Alsatian dogs. Is it interesting question? Is it an interesting question, everyone? I think it is a very, very interesting question. A polar bear? No, they were 2 Alsatian dogs that were there. Okay, and he started growing and became huge, even bigger than the Alsatian dogs. Okay, remember this, students. And let me see who all are there. So I have Abhiraj, Nidhi Zala, Levia Levis, Ayush, Kisle, Chandni, हरलीन कौर, स्केट्स, रोनल्ड एंड अंजलि. तो इतने सारे बच्चे हैं क्लास में. यू गाइस आर नॉट रिस्पॉन्डिंग इन द चैट बॉक्स, तो मुझे पता नहीं चला, बट ग्रेट अभिराज, यू आर लीडिंग. ग्रेट. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. Which poison was kept to kill the mice? What was the poison? Hydrogen cyanide, calcium carbonate. Well, actually calcium carbonate is not a poison. It's not poisonous, but yes, hydrogen cyanide is poisonous, and the one which was kept was barium carbonate. Let me see who all got this right. So Abhiraj got this right, it seems. Nidhi got it right. Ayush, Levia, Kisle, Chandni, Harleen, Sangram, Ronald, Harmeet. Okay. Now, third question on your screen. Yes. What happened to the polar bear, to the bear when he consumed the poison? Headache, fever, paralysis, nausea. What happened to him when he consumed the poison? Tell everyone. Headache? Nahi, he didn't have a headache. He had paralysis attack, and then he was taken to a veterinary doctor. ठीक है? To a vet. Okay. So I have Abhiraj, Nidhi, Ayush, Kislet, Chandni, Levya, Harleen, Jyotsna, Harmeet, and Preeti. Very good. Let's proceed, everyone. Question number 4. Have a look, everyone, fast. What was the bear named? Tuno, Bruno, Babby, Slothy. Come on, answer this question, everyone. Easy peasy question. Okay, very good. He was called Bruno. And then, what did the narrator's wife name him? Baba. Okay, which is an Indian name, which is referred to small, which is used to refer to small boys. Abhiraj, Ayush, Kisle, Chandni, Nidhi, Livia. Livia is fastest this time, then Harleen, then Chandni, Jyotsna, Harmeet, and Priti. Yeah, Baba. Last question. Let us have a look at the last question. What kind of island was made for Baba? So can you specify how long was it? 24 feet long and 15 feet wide. I told you to pay attention to that part. 15 feet long and 15 feet wide, 20 feet long and 15 feet wide, 20 feet long and 50 feet wide. Can you answer this? I know it's a tricky one, slightly difficult, but because you may have subjective exam and you may be asked, आपसे पूछा जा सकता है कि give a description of the island created for Baba. So then you will have to mention this detail that the island was 20 feet long and 15 feet wide. And this is your homework. How long was the pit? How deep was it? What was its width? Who can answer that question? It is again a very important question that can come in your examination. So आपके लिए ये question मैं predict कर दे रही हूँ फिर से. क्या question आ सकता है? You give a detailed description of the, description of the island that was made for Baba at the end. And also tell the process, how the narrator's wife traveled to that island. Okay, how did she go there? How did she go and come from that? So she actually had a rope and she would cling to it and she would go hanging on it. Okay, everyone, important question. Let me see. Okay, so Ayush got it right, Harmeet and Sangram. So these students got it right, and Ayush is the leading right here. Amazing, Ayush, very good. And congratulations to you, my dear. All of you played well, but Ayush, you got it right. You cracked it, you nailed it. Yeah, so very good. And then we'll move to this page. And I have a few things to tell you. What is the homework? What is the homework? Have you all done the homework of the last session? Yeah. So basically, explain about the what was the length, width, and depth of the pit. Okay, it's right in front of you. I'm sure you all can answer this. This is a homework question. I'll post this on Telegram as well. Do not worry. आप में से कोई भी अगर लक्ष्य टर्म 2 बैच ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं कर सकते हैं. ये सारे सब्जेक्ट्स का है. You can have a look. And for class 10, this is Achievers batch and this is Lakshya term 2 batch, all subjects. You can join any of these batches, ongoing batches. They have already started. And आप अनअकैडमी कॉम्बैट टेस्ट ज़रूर लिखें बच्चों. दिस इज एन स्कॉलरशिप टेस्ट जो सारे बच्चों को फ्री रजिस्ट्रेशन में मिलता है. एंड यू कैन कॉम्बैट बोथ इन द लैंग्वेजेस इंग्लिश और हिंदी, विच एवर सूट्स यू गो फॉर इट. 30 questions you have to attempt in 45 minutes. Then you get a detailed video solution for each question that is there, and you win from a scholarship pool of 1 crore. And also students, remember that this is the code that you have to use to enroll for the combat. ओके, ये कॉम्बैट हर संडे होता है 11 बजे. डू नॉट फॉरगेट दिस एंड enroll in this one. This was earlier, it was only for 9th grade, but now it is for class 10th also. So gold medal, merit certificate भी मिलेगा, rank 2 को silver medal मिलेगा, और you will get the certificate as well. Rank 3 will get a bronze medal as well as merit certificate. So do not forget to enroll yourself, students. आप में से कोई भी अगर आप चाहते हैं कि मैम प्लस पे पढ़े, हम आइकॉनिक पे पढ़ें, तो क्या करना है, आपको इनरोल करना है. और इसकी प्राइसिंग मैं बताती हूँ. आइकॉनिक के लिए ना बहुत सारे बच्चे पूछते हैं मैम वाई विच वन शुड वी गो फॉर, प्लस और आइकॉनिक. सो बेसिकली स्टूडेंट्स, प्लस has got everything in it. It prepares you for the exam and everything. But Iconic is a more personalized experience where you get a one-on-one tutoring, one-on-one mentorship. You have live doubt clearing sessions. आपके parents के साथ. It's a very personalized experience, all inclusive. It has got the features of Plus. It will give you batch courses. It will give you the top educators on the platform. Definitely आपको वो चीजें मिलेंगी. But apart from that, you also get a very personalized experience. All right. And of course, you can take a look at the pricing of it. So it starts from 3 months and it goes up till 48 months. And whichever suits you, you can take that one. 12 months above लेते हैं तो हर बार आपको कुछ offer में extra मिलता है. Like अभी you will get some extra Creative Corner subscription with that. It is only till 31st of January. So this is 1729, which will come down to 1556. 1833 will come down to 1650. Do you all remember my code? How many of you remember my code? Yeah, please try to use this one. If you have not used it yet, do use it at least once. Yeah, whenever you're enrolling for a course or when you're taking any exam, please use this code. एंड स्केड्यूलिंग देख लेंगे. ये प्रोडिजी एग्जाम के लिए है. जो प्रोडिजी एग्जाम की आपकी स्केड्यूल है, आप इसमें ज़रूर अपीयर करेंगे. और ये क्लास 7 से 8 के लिए भी है और आप इस कैटेगरी में फॉल करते हैं. सो यू कैन टेक द टेस्ट ऑन एनी ऑफ द डेट्स, 23rd January, 29th, 6th February or 13th February. The timing is 12 noon, you all know. So just mark that date for yourself and look at the prices that are there for you. Amazing rewards, exciting rewards. And this is, if you ace the test, you get your all India ranking, and you can also get these amazing fantabulous prices for all of you. That is rank 1. The student who gets rank 1 will get MacBook Air. Rank 2 and 3 will get Apple iPhone, and rank 4 and 5 will get Apple iPad. Rank 6 to 40 will get Amazon Echo Dot, and rank 41 to 100 will get Amazon vouchers. These are quite exciting prices. Students, don't miss this chance. And you also, not just that, you also have a scholarship slabs. Apart from that, you also get scholarships, such as scholarship क्या है आपको? Rank 1 to 100 will get 100% scholarship, and rank 11 to 12 will get 75% scholarship. 26 to 100 will get 50% scholarship, and 101 to 200 will get 25% scholarship. Rank 201 to 500 will get a 15% scholarship. That's quite amazing, quite a lot actually. एक prodigy आप टेस्ट देते हो और इतना कुछ मिलता है, तो प्लीज लिखें. I mean, students should not miss such opportunities, है कि नहीं? Oh, hi नवीन. लेट आने वाले बच्चों जल्दी से बताएं. How are you? How have you been? Where were you? Classes हमेशा 3 बजे होती हैं, है ना? चलिए, और प्लस और आइकॉनिक सब्सक्रिप्शन अगर लेना है तो दिस इज द राइट टाइम. अभी टर्म 2 के लिए प्रिपरेशन और भी ज्यादा तेज रफ्तार से हो रही है. और ये ऑफर कब एंड हो रहा है? 31st January को आप अवेल कर सकते हैं तब तक. और तब तक क्या ऑफर है? प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन 12 मंथ्स का लेंगे या उससे अबव, सो यू विल गेट एक्स्ट्रा 3 मंथ्स के 12 सब्सक्रिप्शन. अगर आप 12 मंथ्स का लेते हैं आइकॉनिक, you get 6 months Creative Corner subscription for yourself. So this is amazing. This is fantabulous, fantastic. Don't miss this opportunity. And first 500 subscribers के लिए ही है, तो आप जरूर इस अपॉर्चुनिटी को मिस ना करें. क्लासेस कब होती हैं हमारी? फ्री स्पेशल क्लासेस की टाइमिंग क्या है? मेरे साथ 1:15 हर दिन, एवरी डे वी मीट एट 1:15. सो जस्ट सेव द टाइमिंग और ये बुक कर दीजिए स्लॉट को कि हर दिन हम मिलेंगे 1:15 पे अमेजिंग सेशंस के साथ. और ऑफ कोर्स आपको पता है स्पेशल क्लास में यू गेट अ रियल टाइम इंटरेक्शन विद एजुकेटर्स, चैट कर सकते हैं, इमोजीज भेज सकते हैं, आपके पास एक क्वेश्चन टैब होता है वेयर यू कैन पुट योर क्वेश्चंस देयर, यू कैन क्लिक द पिक्चर्स। आजकल बहुत सारे प्लस और आइकॉनिक के बच्चे दे आर कमिंग अप विद द हैंड रेज फीचर, जो हैंड रेज का यूज कर रहे हैं और बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस के आंसर करते हैं। दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी वेरी अमेजिंग एंड एक्साइटिंग। एंड ऑफ कोर्स लाइव पोल होता है, मेरे हर सेशन में आपको पोल तो जरूर मिलता है, मैं हमेशा पोल देती हूँ आपको, और आप लीडर बोर्ड में compete कर सकते हैं अपने फ्रेंड्स को बुलाकर। आई होप यू ऑल हैव लाइक दिस सेशन, लाइक इन द सेंस दैट यू हैव लिटरली लाइक्ड इट, enjoyed the session. I tried to complete the session in totality. I know थोड़ा सा बोरिंग हो जाता है कभी कभी क्योंकि पूरी कहानी पढ़ना, एक एक लाइन समझना, बट आई ट्राइड माई लेवल बेस्ट कि आपको मजा आए, इंटरेस्टिंग वे में आपने समझी वो स्टोरी। और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि एग्जाम में यू हैव टू टारगेट योर टर्म 2 एग्जाम्स एंड प्रिपेयर वेल फॉर देम। अगर ऐसा कुछ भी है, दिस इज जस्ट अ रिक्वेस्ट दैट डू द क्वेश्चन, complete the question, submit it, and if you just go through your NCRT book, and if you have missed anything, get back to me students, tell me which part you have not understood, I'll clarify that doubt. अगर कुछ भी ऐसा लगे कि मैम मिस हो गया, लास्ट पार्ट नहीं समझ आया, बीच का कुछ नहीं समझ आया, प्लीज कनेक्ट विथ मी, I'll help you with that. ठीक है? Okay. All right everyone. Explain the clauses. अच्छा, clause नहीं समझ आया. Okay Naveen, you should come to the sessions and decide for yourself whether you enjoy the classes or not. Okay जी संदीप, क्या है? क्या डाउट है संदीप का जो चैप्टर में? which chapter are you talking about? If I were you की बात कर रहे हो आप? सी देखिए एक्चुअली क्या होता है, प्रॉपर नाउन्स की प्रोनाउंसिएशन डिफर कर सकते हैं। यूजुअली गिराल्ड और जेराल्ड। ओके, जेराल्ड जे प्रोनाउंस करते हैं, अगर ये जर्मन है आई थिंक उसकी ओरिजिन, तो जेराल्ड हो जाएगा वो, जेराल्ड। ओके, जेराल्ड। ओके, राइट, दैट्स द नेम। I'll confirm it one more time अगर आपको एग्जैक्ट प्रोनाउंसिएशन चाहिए तो। बट अगेन बहुत सारे कंट्रीज में जैसे कि कुछ वॉवल्स होते हैं, उनके साउंड को अलग प्रोनाउंस किया जाता है, मिस नहीं प्रोनाउंस करते हैं, जी इज ऑलवेज प्रोनाउंस्ड एज जे, तो ये सारी चीजें होती हैं और डिफर कर सकता है। ठीक है? Oh, really great. Thank you, everyone. Do not forget to like this session. I'm surely going to meet you all at 5 p.m. Do not miss that session. It's going to be a fantastic session. So stay tuned. बस थोड़ी देर में मिलते हैं. Bye bye, everyone. Take care.